back to my channel, Cosmic Mystical Goddess, back with another video. Finally, right? Anywho, let's jump into it. I'm trying to raise my vibes. I'm feeling kind of fine. Anyways, don't mind me. I'm just bugging. So today's video is going to be ancestor oil, okay? So this oil can be used for veneration, honoring, all that good stuff, and calling in, okay? So I have burning here some orange blossom. That's the smoke you see coming up right in front of you. Ancestors love this stuff up, okay? Don't ask me why, but I know mine sure do, okay? So if that doesn't work for you, then you find out something, or if you want, you can make your own ancestor incense as well. So I have here Ra and Osiris, you know, because they are part of, you know, ancient Kemet, and they're also part of our lineage as, you know, but that may be a whole different topic altogether. Anywho, once again, I'm going to let you know what I'm going to be using for my oil. Eventually, this oil will be sold on my website, but for now, I'm just going to give you guys an alternate recipe of mine as my guys permitted me to, because I had to kind of ask, and I was debating. This is why I have not uploaded a video, to be honest with you, because I wanted to know which oil. I knew it was a spiritual oil. I just wasn't sure if it was divination, if it was angelic, you know, if it was a spirit guide, or if it was just like my ancestors, you know. And I know my recipe is given to me, so I'm like, do I share it? Do I not share it? What do I do? What do I do? So I am going to share it with you. Obviously, I omitted a few things, but more than likely, like, I have almost everything that I pretty much use, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly step by step. So right here, I have a glass. I already have my Florida water on here. As you see the bottle on the table, I kind of did it to speed up the process. So I just clean up my glass because I'm going to pour out some libations here for my team, my ancestral team. And I'm going to be using Plantation Rum, okay? And I am from the Caribbean. Well, I am actually not. I'm a descendant, but my grandparents and my parents are from the West Indies. So this is Plantation Barbados Rum. And as you know already, that a lot of our ancestors worked on the plantation, those who are Black people, per se. So, you know, they toiled the earth for a very long time. And yeah, so they worked on wheat plantations, rice plantations, the sugarcane, and also tobacco. So I will be pouring them out some of that. As they're here to assist. Okay, I'm also going to just wipe off my glass here, my jar. This jar's been on my altar for a while, okay, just charging. It did have some tobacco in here, but I did take it out because it was just easier so I can show you guys how I do it. I'm just gonna pour some of this rum on here, and I'm going to wipe off this jar with it because I want the vibration, right? And then I'm going to dry it out. I'll dry it up, I should say. And I already cleaned up my platter, so that's already said and done. I'm going to light my cigar. And you know I only smoke them the finest, Monte Cristo. Okay, so my answers are already here because I've already done this prior to the video, but I'm just showing you how you can do it for yourself, okay? To assist. If you see any orbs or anything, please let me know. All right. So I'm just gonna let that burn and jump into it. So here we have some herbs. I have my dry herbs on this side. I have my carrier oil and my glycerin, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys how to use this. I have here from my garden in the summer, I planted some calendula flowers. And so I'm going to use the dried pieces from it. Just gonna add sparingly a good amount. And they smell so good, actually. And this is good for the dead, okay? Channeling the dead. And I'm gonna write in the description box like what I've used, and you know, I pretty much do that in most of my videos, so it'll tell you kind of what the properties are of it. But just to save time in the video, I'm just gonna give you just a brief little thing about it and then just add, okay? So I'm going to add some red sandalwood, because red sandalwood is great for communication, spiritual divination, enlightenment, okay? So I'm just gonna add, like, I'm eyeballing it. Probably 7. All right. I should move this out of the way before I keep doing that again. I'm going to add some sandalwood powder, because I have the powder form. So, and this one's, I bought it. I didn't make this one. I didn't grind it up or anything. So here we go. We're gonna add some sandalwood powder. I'm just gonna add it all, because I kind of portioned it to the amount that I needed, so it's just like a little bit of it. We're going to add, you know what this is, right? I have it right here in front of me on the table, sugar cane, because that is how rum is made. And also, I like to honor my ancestors with it, because hence the rums from Barbados, pretty much where my background is. And I dry out the pieces of the sugar cane, and then I just add them to my oil. Like I said, if your family works mainly, I mean, if you don't know what they worked with or whatnot, just, you know, use your intuition, ask your team. But this is just like, you know, my own little recipe here. I'm going to add now here frankincense and myrrh, also with copal. And these are all great for enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment, intuition, honoring, veneration. And copal is great for channeling the dead. So I ground that up in my mortar and pestle earlier, and I'm just adding that here. Okay, I got it all. And here is a goodie, okay, guys? This here is Life Everlasting Flower. This flower is for channeling the dead, like solely, really, it really is. There's other metaphysical aspects to it, but that is the main thing, okay? So you want to channel your deceased ancestors. It's a very key ingredient, okay? But you haven't seen this anywhere on the tube. If you don't have graveyard dirt, okay, guys, you can use Mullein, okay? This stuff is like graveyard dirt, basically used in magic. So any workings that have to do with conjuring the dead or working with ancestors, or, you know, it calls for graveyard dirt, you can use this stuff, okay? You can also smoke it. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned in another video, because I do use it sometimes. It is great for as an expectorant to remove mucus from your lungs. So if you have a cold or, you know, symptoms of bronchitis, smoke a little some of that. Just inhale and exhale. So this stuff is like, if you can't get to your ancestors' gravesite, then you would use this, okay? And this is gonna be like my master bottle, because I color my oils a lot too after, and I don't add as much herbs to it. I just use it so I can get the properties from it, and then I switch it over, okay? But that's just how I do it. Rosebuds, I do have roses that I've used on my altars, but they guided me to use rosebuds that weren't from my altar, so I'm going to do that. But if you want to make this for yourself and you give your ancestors offerings all the time, use the flowers from your altar, dry them out, and use them. That works just as well. And I like using roses because they're a high vibration, so I love to incorporate that. Mugwort. So I'm going to use mugwort, because mugwort or wormwood is good as well too for psychic visions, you know, channeling, all that stuff. And you know, when you're working and you're venerating your ancestors, you're trying to communicate with them, right? You want them to know that you respect and honor them, and you want, or if you want them to assist you. So I'm just probably gonna put like 3 pinches in here of that. And also I'm going to use Palo Santo chips, okay? So if you have like the whole Palo Santo, you can kind of grate it and use it that way. If you don't have access to getting the chips already cut up for you, like chopped finely. So I'm gonna add like 3 pinches. And this stuff is great for communication, also for clearing and bringing in, because as much as you don't want any negative influences coming into your communication when you're trying to connect with spirit, it's great to like have protection and clearing also. So that's what I like to use. Some people like to use sage, but I find sage removes everything, but I want to take away and I want to bring in, okay? So that's it for the dry herbs. I believe I put them all in, okay? So now I'm going to add my essential oils, okay? I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here I'm going to add orange. As I told you, they like the orange blossom. So I'm just going to add orange drops. So I'm added 16 drops of the orange. And I'll probably do the same for most of them. The anise, I'm gonna add, this one I can't drop because the thing is not even in there. So I just kind of eyeball it. So 3 pours of the anise. And anise is great for also psychic abilities, okay? Very highly, it's great for that. So I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit. I have cedarwood. Cedarwood is a holy tree, so I am adding that also for the vibration to carry forth. And I've never added this to mine normally, but they guided me to do it. So there we go. I'm gonna see how this works out. And I also have here crown chakra. I don't make this oil, I purchased it. I believe I got it at Goodness Me. So I'm going to just add a few drops because it's for the crown chakra. I'm going to add quite a bit. Can never open that up any more than, you know, I always love to open mine up much more. So I have clear communication, you know, enlightenment, ascension, astral travel, all that. So benzoin is another one. This is really sticky, okay? It just comes like that for some reason. So I'm going to drop like 3 drops. And benzoin is like the ultimate, you know, opener of realms, okay? If you didn't know. And it's also good to close. So if you want to close portals and stuff, or you want to open portals, benzoin. That's why they like to use it in astral travel a lot. They incorporate this in astral travel oils, incense. Benzoin is like numero uno, you know? So I'm just gonna stir it with a wooden stick a little bit in here. Because you know I like to use all the elements, right? When I'm doing my workings. So it's sticky. Alrighty. So I have all my essential oils that I need for this. It smells really great. And then I bless it. I pray over my oils all the time. I'm gonna have it charged on the altar also for at least, you know, a week or 2 before I use it, okay? And now I'm going to add my grapeseed oil. I'm adding grapeseed oil because it's light and it's also abundance and all that great stuff, right? And I like to venerate them, so I like to give them the good stuff. It's 100% grapeseed oil. You can also use all-purpose olive oil, okay? But I don't like using olive oil all that much all the time because it's a little bit thicker. So I'm just going to use my grapeseed oil. So if you don't have grapeseed oil, all-purpose olive oil is an all-purpose oil carrier, and you can use that. So I'm just gonna pour, pour, pour. It looks so pretty. Oh shoot, I knew I forgot something. My team's like, see? Tobacco. Like, how can I not put in the tobacco? Like, why'd you all tell me? Okay, so we are going to add tobacco. And this tobacco, I've had charging for at least 2-3 weeks now. And these, like, pieces come from, like, cigars that I already smoked out my ancestors, my deities, you know, with my spirit team. So I only smoke them the finest. So it's really good, high grade tobacco. It's Montecristo, Partagas, I think Gurkha. So anything from Cuba or Nicaragua basically is what I use, that I smoke for my spirit team. Okay. And you know, they worked on plantation farms as well. So if you want, you can add rice too as well. You can add wheat. Like I said, those are some of the plantations that I know of that they've worked on. And they toil that soil for a long time. They used to work like 16-hour days, sometimes longer, you know, work to death. So yeah, what was once, you know, they were used to do like mules and treated so unfairly. I'm venerating with them because it was very lucrative money and very much highly blessed for those who are on the receiving end of it, right? So now they're on the receiving end of it because it is their heart and sweat and tears that went into that, right? So I'm just gonna top it up here, and then I'm gonna add some glycerin. And I'm gonna smoke this jar out too as well. So vegetable glycerin, pure vegetable glycerin is what I'm using. It preserves your oil to give it a longer shelf life, okay? So if you don't have glycerin, let's not even go to the top. If you don't have glycerin, you can use vitamin E. That works as well too. So you just need a little bit of it. You don't need a lot. But it will. And then, you know, what you can do too, what I do is I like to put the date, the time that it was made. So that way I know how long I have, you know what I mean? And when it was made and what it's for, blah, blah, blah. Because a lot of them look alike after a while, okay? So, but they are not the same. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys, you know? I don't use lighters. I always use cigars, right? As I've said it many times. I like matches because it's wood. It's also life force energy, right? So you can like pray over it. I won't do that to take up so much time of the video, but normally I pray over it, set my intentions, you know, call in my ancestral guidance, burn some ancestor money. You know, you can add some ancestor ashes to it. A little tip. So yeah, there's so many ways that you can make it your own, okay? And then you give it a good swirl clockwise, because, you know, we're bringing things to us. So the direction matters. Isn't that pretty, y'all? Look at that. And I have chalk, so I'm just gonna write Ancestor or Veneration Oil on here. So, you know, words give life, right? So the power's in the tongue. So I'm going to put a spell on here and put veneration, because that's exactly what we want to do with this oil. So that's it for this video. I think I've put everything in here. I got a few things I need to do today, but I also have here, let me just add this on top. And that's my Angel Aura Quartz. You know, it's great for channeling, communication. So I had that when I'm doing this work. I forgot to let you guys know. But yeah, you can use clear quartz, you know, You can use lapis lazuli. You can use other stones for communication, okay? To do that. So I'm going to take this, light a candle. I'm going to charge it. I'm going to put some energy into this bad boy, you know, like big time, because they deserve the best. Your ancestors, they are the bomb.com, okay? You need to venerate those guys and gals, because they've done so much for us. And, you know, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So, yeah. And that's how you connect. You know, if you want to work with other deities, the best gateway is to go through your ancestors first. Get recognized in the spirit realm that way, and then you can incorporate other deities, and you'll be guided to do much more than that. So at this time, this is it for today. I was thinking about uploading another video right after this, but I do have quite a few things to do. But for now, I hope this helps. I hope this is some gems for you guys. I dropped some tools in here, and that you guys are loving it, you know? And you can even take some ancestor money too, and you can tape around here and put your petition on around the jar, okay? So that's another tip. See, I'm just dropping these little jewels here and there, you know? Okay, so enough of me and my crazy self right now. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a blessed afternoon, because it's afternoon for me here. And I'm gonna upload this just now. So, toodles.